The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. It's time for Liberty Flames softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
The Flames win! Savannah Jesse walks it off, and Liberty wins the Conference USA Championship in their first season.
The defending Conference USA champions.
Line drive down the right field line. Brooke Roberts, touch them all. Home run Liberty. The Flames take a 3-1 lead over Georgia.
4 straight NCAA regionals. This year, the Lady Flames have their sights set on making another postseason run.
Deep to left center field. The park is not going to hold it. Rachel Roop with a 2-run home run to give the Flames a 3-0 lead at LSU.
Follow Lady Flames softball all season long, right here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Line drive, third base, Rachel Train makes the catch. Base clearing double for Bryn McManus. The Flames lead 7-3.
Swung high fly ball, hit deep to left. That ball is out of here, and that's a walk-off winner.
This is Liberty University softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. You're locked into the Flames on Deck Circle, powered by Segra. Stay tuned for an in-depth look at today's game, including our pregame chat with Lady Flames head coach Dot Richardson. Liberty Softball is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. By Carter Bank, life lived full. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union, start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Time now for the Flames on Deck Circle, powered by Segra. Now we take you to the ballpark for exclusive pregame coverage of Liberty softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Camp Ice Field here at Liberty Softball Stadium, where the Lady Flames are going to be taking on FIU. It's a huge series for FIU. They are on the outside looking in right now. In 7th place, only 6 teams make it to the Conference USA tournament. Liberty, on the other hand, they're locked in as the number 1 seed, so they know exactly when and where they're going to be playing. But when you look at the big picture and you're talking about RPI rankings and top 25 polls, Liberty doesn't want to give anything away at this point in the year. But as far as actual standings are concerned, Liberty's number 1. FIU, they need a little help as well, because right now they're 11-12-1 in Conference USA. Sam Houston and New Mexico State are tied at 12-12. That one for FIU was a tie last weekend against Western Kentucky, a game that just ran out of time. They had a Sunday curfew because of travel for Western Kentucky, and the game did not get in. It finished up in 10 innings, tied at 4 apiece. So FIU right now, they are a game and a half behind both Sam Houston and New Mexico State. If you're the Panthers, you certainly would love to get 3 wins. But at least 2 wins would put you in a spot to where you would have a chance to surpass one of those 2 teams and get in. Western Kentucky is currently 4th at 12-10-1. So they're in pretty good shape right now. They're 2 games ahead of everybody else in the loss column. They're likely in. It's New Mexico State, Sam Houston, and FIU that are pretty much fighting for that final spot. Lady Flames are coming off a tough loss at UVA their last time out. They fell 5-3 on Wednesday night, and that was coming after sweeping Louisiana Tech last weekend. So the Flames won 3 games in conference, but then lost their final out-of-conference midweek game. FIU, They tied that final game against WKU, went 0-2-1 in the series against the Toppers, and a couple of close games. Lost 2-0, lost 3-1, and then that final game tied at 4. Mentioned that they're in 7th place, trying to work their way out of that. The series history, this is the 4th meeting. The Flames lead the series 2-1. Both these teams really run the bases well. FIU ranked 10th nationally with 119 stolen bases, while Liberty is 14th in the country with 104. And KK Madry is our Foster Fuels who's hot for the Flames, 45 stolen bases on the year, and she has broken the Flames' single-season record that had been held by Katie Zavadny. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get the thoughts of head coach Doc Richardson-Pinto. Liberty and FIU starting a 3-game series. We already know that game 2 tomorrow is going to be played earlier. At this point, it's scheduled for an 11 o'clock start, and there's still going to be a game scheduled for noon on Sunday, but there have been some murmurings that maybe tomorrow becomes a doubleheader if the weather looks like it will not cooperate on Sunday. But we'll let you know as soon as we know as far as all that's concerned. We'll take that break and be back with Coach Richardson right after this timeout here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic, 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
This is Lady Flame Softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. The excitement of Lady Flame Softball is on the way. Now the on-deck circle, powered by Segro, rolls on with the pregame thoughts of Liberty head coach Doc Richardson, presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic.
Coach, you're in a unique situation. You know you're the number 1 seed. Technically, you don't have anything Conference USA-wise to play for, but big picture, NCAA power rankings, RPI, top 25 polls, there is a lot left to be played, and certainly FIU has a bunch to play for because they're still trying to get into the Conference USA tournament. Have you ever been in a situation like this to where it's very unique how one team would maybe look at it compared to the other?
I haven't thought of it like that, but you're right. And this is going to really see what we're made of because we have secured the number 1 seed. Our players went through the beginning of finals week, and that ends on Monday. And so that is challenging, obviously. So can we keep the focus with the biggest goal in mind, which is not about winning or losing, but it's about us being the best that we can be in the situations that we're at in life with the gifts that God has given us, to give him the glory. And it comes down to that. FIU is fighting for their survival. If they are not, I don't even know how many games they would have to win against us for them to qualify for the tournament. But there's currently in the 7th spot, and only 6 teams make it to Conference USA's championship tournament, which begins next Wednesday. So it's a lot on the line for FIU. And when you have the talent that they do and their backs up against the wall, they're going to come out fighting.
And you can add weather as a distraction as well, because everybody's going to be looking at their phones this weekend and the weather radar to see are the game time's going to hold up, and you've already had to make one adjustment.
Yes, we've stuck with tonight's game at 6 o'clock for the game start, but tomorrow we're moving it up to 11, and we'll be deciding in probably the next, I'd say 30, 45 minutes, whether or not we'll try a double header on Saturday to beat some of the rain, or if it will all clear up according to our weather apps by noon on Sunday to be able to start our game as planned on Sunday at noon. So I'm going to be talking to the head coach who just called me actually during our team meeting right before this interview, and we'll talk about it.
On Wednesday night, game didn't go the way you wanted at Virginia. You used 3 pitchers in that game, but limited innings. No effect, I'm assuming, moving forward.
Yeah, no effect with that, other than we know that Elena Escobar, call her E, affectionately E, she had an all-nighter last night because she had 2 major exams today for her nursing program. And it reminds me of my, medical background in medical school, not getting sleep, and during my internship and residency program. And you just learn to function with very little sleep. But when you're a student athlete, it's not that easy. And so if we can avoid her from pitching tonight, that would be good for her to get fully recovered on Saturday, and if not Saturday, Sunday. So I know that's affecting her. But yes, with the weather, we're going to work around it and just play our game because the other team has to do the same.
What challenges does FIU bring?
They have a lot of speed. They have a lot of lefties in the lineup. They'll do the short game a lot. So good communication with our corners and pitchers and the catcher. Shortstop, our starting shortstop is out because she needs to just the protocol now with the dive she made at UVA, just want to make sure she's okay after concussion protocols. And so we got Jemiah, who's going to be tested, just a young one at shortstop with not as much experience, but she's going to be thrown into the fire, and we are the Flames. So we're going to be lighting it up, and she's going to have a great day.
Coach, we wish you the best. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. God bless everybody listening. And thanks for your prayers for my mom. She is home and doing well, and excited about that. And God is so good, and let's just keep him in the forefront of all that we do, and what we say and do, let's honor him. Go Flames.
We're back with the first pitch right after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank & Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank & Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank & Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast of Liberty University Athletics is authorized under rights granted by Liberty University to Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. The accounts, descriptions, and broadcasts may not be transmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Liberty University Athletics. The announcers are selected by the Liberty Flames Sports Network and approved by Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. Liberty Lady Flame Softball is on the air. The live play-by-play story of Liberty Lady Flame Softball comes your way now on the Liberty Flame Sports Network from Van Wagner. This game is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. Liberty Baseball is also brought to you by Carter Bank, life lived full. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union, start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Now let's take you out to the ballpark for the call of the game. This is Liberty Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
And welcome back out to the stadium. The Liberty Flames and FIU are getting ready to do battle here in the final regular season weekend. Liberty, the number 1 seed going into the tournament. FIU trying to make their way into the tournament. They are currently sitting in 7th place. I want to thank Relevant Law for their support of the broadcast. They bring you our first pitch, which is coming up here in just a few minutes. You can find out more about Relevant Law at relevantlaw.com. Look at today's lineup for FIU, which will be batting in the top half of this first inning. Callie Meredith is in center field. She hits .353, bats left. Paige Miller, third baseman, bats second, hitting .367 on the year. Kennedy Bird is going to be pitching and hitting third. The right-hander is hitting .270 on the season. Bailey Grossenbacher is in right field. She's a lefty, .226. Kendall Catherwood is at second base. Bats left, hitting just under .300, .299. Janelle Martinez at first base. She's a right-handed hitter and hitting .260. Isabella Perez is the catcher. She hits left, and her average is .244 on the year. Sammy Salinka is the shortstop. She bats from the right side. .286 on the season, and Collier Payton is the left fielder. She's hitting .321, and she bats left. Paige Bachman will get the start for the Lady Flames. Paige, 10-3 on the year, 3 saves. She has 96 innings pitched, 83 strikeouts, only 34 walks against her opponents. Or actually, I should say her ERA. Her ERA is .284 on the year. Oddly enough, leadoff hitters, though, are hitting .323 against Bachman. That's an interesting stat. And when you look on the other side, Kennedy Bird, who's getting the start for FIU, 11-11 on the year. She has 153 and 2/3 innings pitched, so she's the workhorse for this Panther squad. 66 strikeouts, 83 walks. and something to look forward to. Leadoff hitters hit over 400 against her, 401. For Liberty, there will be one change in the infield. Savannah Watley is not available for this game. So Jemiah Byram has worked her way into the lineup playing short. Beautiful day here in Lynchburg. Certainly it doesn't seem like what the weather indicates will be a rough weekend with a lot of rain mixed in. 75 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. A gentle breeze blowing out towards right center field, and the first pitch from Bachman is taken for a ball. Callie Meredith takes ball 2 and gets out ahead in the count. Infield in with Meredith. Halfway up the batter's box, she takes a run at it and takes a strike. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Bachman looks in and now fires. Bunt attempt and a miss on the bunt attempt. So the count now evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Meredith, the center fielder for FIU. Looks at a 2-2 offering in the dirt. Count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dirt infield here at Camp Vice Field. A turf outfield with a giant LU interlocking logo in center field. 200 down the lines, 220 to center. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just missed outside. That's something that Coach Dot Richardson talked about before the game, about how important it was to not give up walks to FIU. They will make you pay because so much speed on this team. Matter of fact, 2 of the fastest teams in the country as far as stolen bases are concerned between these squads. A bunt attempt is fouled back by Miller. Miller hitting .367 on the year. Runner stays put. Miller pulls back and takes a strike, files behind in the count, 0-2. Meredith on the season, 39 stolen bases. It's only been caught 3 times. Fouled off. We'll try again. Savannah Jesse behind the plate for Liberty. Certainly going to be tested today. Rachel Crane at third. Jemiah Byron is at short. Woodard at second. Brooke Roberts at first. Left to right in the outfield. Paige Dorr, KK Madry, and Rachel Root. The 0-2 pitch from Bachman just missed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meredith stays at first. Infield in. As the 1-2 comes, the runner goes, throw down is into center field, and a nice job by Madry to keep it from going all the way to the wall, which holds Meredith to the base. However, that was a called strike 3 on Miller, so Flames do get first out of the inning. Bachman will now work against Kennedy Bird. Her counterpart in the circle for FIU fouls the first pitch off. Meredith, the runner at second. Now the 0-1 to Bird. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Getting the runner at second here in the top of the first inning. Liberty and FIU. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball foul. Hard hit into the Flames dugout. Let's make sure everybody's okay. Right by the door, there is a netting at the opening, so it didn't get down into where the players are, but it kind of ricocheted back to where the coaches are. But it seems as if everyone's okay. The count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Back up the middle. Byram at short. Makes the play. Throws over to first in time and is able to hold the runner up as well. Meredith stays at second. Two outs for Grossenbacher. And she'll ground down to short as well. Byron comes up cleanly. Back-to-back plays by Byram, and the Flames get out of the inning with the runner stranded at second. A leadoff walk does not come back to haunt Liberty, as we'll see the Flames side coming up after this quick timeout here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39% and get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
As a Flames Club member, you get access to premium seating, parking, and hospitality on game day. Go to libertyflamesclub.org today to learn more. Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
No score as we now go to the bottom half of the first inning. The Flames will get their first cracks at it. As far as the Liberty lineup, pretty similar to what we've seen, other than a change at the bottom, with Byram slotting in to this game at short. Woodard bats first, plays second. Rachel Roop out in right field bats second. Bryn McManus, the designated player, will bat third. We'll give you the rest in just a moment. The first pitch to Woodard is taken for a ball. Brooke Roberts at first, batting fourth. KK Madry, the center fielder, bats fifth. Paige Dorr is in left field, batting sixth. Rachel Crane bats seventh and plays third. Savannah Jesse, as this pitch is taken for a ball, catches and bats eighth. And then Byram, as we mentioned, is playing short and in the 9-hole. Bird fires in and finds the plate. The count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Bird 11-11 on the season, 153 and 2/3 innings pitched, has given up 101 runs, 87 of those earned as Woodard flares this one foul and just out of the reach of Paige Miller at third. In foul territory, the count evens now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bird only 66 strikeouts in those 153 innings pitched and has walked 83. The 2-2 to Woodard, grounded foul down the first baseline. We'll try again. Good crowd developing here. As Woodard takes the ball, and the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Those planning to come out tomorrow, the schedule has changed as Woodard looks at ball 4, and just like FIU in the top half of the first inning, the Flames draw a walk to begin the game. Which brings up Rachel Roop. First pitch to Roop is outside. Always, as a Flames fan, you love seeing Rachel come to the plate with a runner on and first base occupied. Makes it a little less likely for them to pitch around her. She takes ball 2. Roop on the year hitting .378, 18 home runs, 59 RBIs. The 2-0 outside, got away from the catcher Perez, but just momentarily. Woodard has to stay at first. Roop now has a 3-0 count. Going to have a quick conversation between Perez and Bird. Attempt to settle her down. Got to give full credit to Rachel Roop. I know there would be times where it would be frustrating how few good pitches she gets. But she's willing to take the walks if they're there. She's walked 33 times this year. The 3-0. Missed low. So Roop will trot down to first. Flames have runners at first and second for Bryn McManus. Bryn on the season, hitting .321, 6 home runs, 35 RBIs. First pitch to her is taken for a ball. So Bird has completely lost the zone here. 6 straight balls thrown. 1-0. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Woodard at second, Roop at first, no score, but also no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Snuck on the corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. And a called strike evens things at 2 balls and 2 strikes. McManus on the season with runners in scoring positions, hitting .302. She lofts this out into right field. Catch is made. The runner tags. The throw down does not get there in time. Woodard makes it to third base. Root is able to slide into second. The Flames have runners at second and third with 1 out. So a very productive out for Bryn McManus. Brooke Roberts comes up to the plate. First pitch to her is taken for a strike. Roberts hitting .286 on the year. Ball outside, and we've got Yahtzee. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 11 at the plate. One's all the way across the scoreboard. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. 1-2. Brooke Roberts this season with runners in scoring position hitting .265. It's the 1-2 line foul over first base down into the corner. Roberts, the 5'9" senior from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Got a year of eligibility back because of the NCAA rules. As this 1-2 is lined down to third, caught by Miller, and she's able to tag out Woodard. So the Flames had a couple of runners in scoring position with 1 out, but a double play finishes off the inning. And we've got no score as we head to the second. Liberty and FIU here in Lynchburg on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
No score now in the top of the second inning. Flames left a couple of runners. Well, I shouldn't say that. They left 1 runner on. They had runners at second and third, but a double play on a hard hit ball by Brooke Roberts led to a double play. She hits that, well, I would say if she hit it just a little more to the left, but it probably would have been a foul ball if it would have been hit any more to the left. Miller was playing right along the baseline. Needed to hit it about 3 feet to the right. The Flames would probably put 2 runs on the board. Paige Bachman in the circle for Liberty. Goes up against Kendall Catherwood. First pitch is taken for a strike. Bachman gave up a leadoff walk herself back in the first inning. Was able to get out of that with no problems. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. To Catherwood, the second baseman. The 1-1. Inside corner for a strike. Bachman able to drop it in. Sun slowly setting here in Lynchburg. The 1-2. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shadows cover about half of the infield in the shape of the operations building and the facade here of the stadium. So there's kind of pokes out and Pitching circle is in the sun as this is swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the game for Paige Bachman. First out here in the second. Pretty much all the outfield is in the sun except just a little bit of left field. First pitch to Martinez is taken for a ball. Matter of fact, Paige Dorr in left field is standing in a shadow, but her upper body is in the sun. The 1-0. Nice pitch on the inside for a strike. Bachman fires, ground ball in the hole. Going to be a tough play for Byram. She gets to it, but no chance of getting Martinez at first base. Infield single. Which puts Isabella Perez, the catcher, to the plate. Martinez on the year has 7 stolen bases, has not been caught. First pitch to Perez is taken for a ball. The 1-0 sent foul into the net. 1 ball, 1 strike. No score here in the top of the second inning. FIU with the first hit of the ball game so far. Both teams had base runners in the first inning, but they all got there by way of a walk. The 1-1 outside. Savannah Jesse takes a look down, but Martinez stayed put. Flames in the red uniforms, red jerseys, white pants, blue stirrups, and visors, light blue. This pitch misses the plate. The count goes goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. FIU with the white jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets, gold shoes. Bachman gets a strike and runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Sliced but foul. Down the third base line. Martinez at first. We've got 1 out. And a 3-2 pitch to Perez. Swung on and missed. Fooled her with the off speed. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 strikeouts in the game for Bachman. Zelinka, the shortstop, steps in. The first pitch to her is taken for a ball. Zelinka hitting .286 on the year. Doesn't have any home runs. 14 RBIs. 1-0, swung on and missed. A big cut, came up empty. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Martinez in motion here now with 2 outs. The 1-1, missed again. Another big swing from Zelinka. She's behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bachman's 1-2 is foul back. We'll try again. Here's the pitch. Runner goes and uncontested, no throw down. I think Jesse thought it was going to be strike three. That pitch was just off the plate. That allowed the runner to advance, and now we've got a 2-2 count to Zelinka. Bachman fires, ground ball to short. Nope, it's coming across is Crane in front, and a good job that she did. That was a slow roller. Crane makes the play, throws over to first for the final out of the inning. So another runner stranded. Seen each team do that in their first total 3 at-bats. As we head now to the bottom of the second inning, no score here in Lynchburg on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic, 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
Get the latest on your favorite Flames team with the Liberty Flames podcast. Just search Liberty Flames wherever you get your podcasts or go to libertyflames.com. This is Lady Flames softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
No score in the bottom half of the second inning. Liberty coming to the plate. Big series for FIU. They need to win at least 2 of these, I would say, to have a chance of getting into the Conference USA tournament. I guess it's not impossible for them to get in with just 1 win. But we'll take a look at the standings here in just a second, but it'd be much easier if they got at least 2. And I don't even know if it'd be a guarantee if they got 3, but it would certainly put them in a really good place if they won 3 games this weekend. First pitch to KK Madry is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. KK squares the bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball. Infield in for FIU with the speed of KK. The 2-0 outside, ball 3. KK on the season hitting .411. .446 on base percentage. She'll take ball 4. Third time in this young game that Bird has walked a hitter. Walked the first 2 hitters last inning. Was able to work her way out of it with a pop out and then a line drive that turned into a double play. Paige Dorr swings at the first pitch and fouls it back into the screen. Dorr hitting .357 on the year. Couple of home runs, 18 RBIs. The 0-1 line back up the middle, and Bird finds it. Throws over to double up Madry. That was hit about as hard as you could. I'm kind of surprised it didn't take the glove of Bird off. It wasn't coming back at her as far as her body, her torso. It was going to go over her head, but she was able to stick the glove up, make the catch, and keep the glove on her hand. Tough luck out for Paige Dorr. And a second time in this game that the Flames have hit the ball hard, but it's just turned into a double play. Rachel Crane will now step in and foul the first pitch back. The 0-1 to Crane. Sent out into right field, but an easy play for Grossenbacher. She makes the catch, and after the Flames got the leadoff runner on with a walk, not able to do anything more with it after the double play. Flames go down 1-2-3 in the lineup because of the double play. We now head to the third inning with no score on the board. Liberty and FIU here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Now for a look at the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders.
Well, let's start in town first. Liberty and FIU tied at 0. So we now go to the bottom, I should say the top half of the third inning. To take a look around D1 softball, let's start off in the top 25. Got some games that are final from earlier today. Mississippi State beat Ole Miss 3-0. 19th ranked team in the nation versus the 22nd ranked team in the country. Number 6 Texas beat Kentucky 7-6. Number 2 Tennessee over Texas A&M, was ranked number 4. Tennessee wins 5-1. Grand Canyon comes in at 23rd in the country. They beat Abilene Christian 10-1. Illinois upsets number 21 Ohio State 9-5. Number 17 Stanford leads Boston College 10-3. Some other halves of doubleheaders are in action. Grand Canyon's up on Abilene Christian 1-0 in the 5th. Texas A&M leads Tennessee 5-0 in the 2nd. Also, Nebraska's up on Maryland 2-0 in the 2nd. While Arizona leads Houston 6-1 in the 5th. At the bottom of the 1st, Oklahoma, number 1 ranked team in the country. They're playing at Florida, and that game is 1-1. Florida State leads Virginia Tech 2-0 in the top of the 2nd. All the other games are scheduled to start later this evening. For FIU, I should say, Florida International, Collier Peden will lead things off. The lefty takes the first pitch for a ball. Paige Bachman in the circle for the Flames. He's got 3 strikeouts in the game so far. Does have 1 walk. As Peden fouls this pitch off. And field to end again. Speed all up and down this lineup as Peden squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bachman fires in the 2-1. Off the glove of Jesse, back to the screen, but no runners on, so no harm done. A 3-1 count to Collier Peden. 321 hitter on the year. 361 on base percentage. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Byram. She charges it at short, throws over, but not going to get the speedy Peden. FIU will get the lead runner on this time around. Another infield hit. The other base hit for FIU in this game was very similar. Conversation in the circle between Brooke Roberts, Savannah Jesse, and Paige Bachman. That combo has been broken up. We're now ready to play. Back to the top of the lineup. Meredith, who walked her first time up, fouls this first pitch back trying to bunt. Callie Meredith, center fielder for FIU. 353 on the year, squares again, pulls back, takes a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meredith walked and stole second back in the first before she was stranded there after Flames were able to get the next 3 outs. Runner goes, throw down is in time. Great play by Jemiah Byram, or correction, Savannah Woodard, who was covering from second. The throw was running up the first base side of second. She was able to make the catch on the throw and apply the tag as she was in midair. So Liberty with the first out. Peden is thrown out trying to steal. The 1-2 hops back to the screen. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two to Meredith. Ground ball, and it's going to be hard to get her out as it popped high in the air. Chopper. Bachman almost was looking at it like a fair catch in football. It finally came down, but certainly by then no chance to get Meredith at first. And now she's a threat to steal. She puts on the oven mitt on her left hand. Protective sleeve. Paige Miller will come to the plate. Miller struck out her first time up. Another infield hit for FIU. The 1-0 sent right back to Crane. She makes the catch, tries to throw over to double up Meredith, but the throw goes off the glove of Roberts and will allow Meredith to get into second base. So 2 outs on the Crane catch with a double play attempt, and that error will advance the runner. And we'll see who the error is against. The throw was high, but it did catch the glove of Roberts, so we'll see who Gets the error. Looks like it's going to be Crane as this pitch is fouled back to Kennedy Bird. The pitcher for FIU can help her own cause. She's got a runner in scoring position, but with 2 outs. The 0-1. Popped foul and out of play. So the error on Crane on the throw. Has a runner at second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Nub to short. Byron, plenty of time. Comes up with it, throws over to get the final out of the inning. So again, a leadoff runner on, but a caught stealing. And a couple of infield outs get the Flames out of it. And we head to the bottom of the third. Still no score. And it's funny how this works, but Jemiah Byram filling in for Savannah Watley in this game, who is out with an injury. And the ball has just continually found her, and that just seems to be the way that it works. But so far, so good. Some clean playing out there at shortstop. And Liberty now with a chance to try to break this tie as we head to the bottom of the third here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
No score in the bottom of the third. Both teams have had runners in scoring position, had some opportunities, and double plays have been the Flames' Achilles heel early on. A couple of hard-hit balls that turned into 2. For FIU, a caught stealing may have cost them a run, or certainly a better opportunity at a run in the top half of the third inning. As we can hear on the crowd mic. Coach Dot Richardson is just finishing up her conversation on the television side of things. For Liberty, as we continue down the lineup, Savannah Jesse bats in the 8th spot. Hitting .291 on the year, takes the first pitch for a ball. Jesse has 1 home run, 19 RBIs. 1-0 just misses off the plate. 2-0. Bird has had some problems with walks. 3 already today. Finds the middle of the plate there. The count goes to 2-1. Jesse turns on this pitch, lines it down the left field line and out of here. Right over the 200 sign and about 5 feet to the right of the foul pole. Savannah Jesse gets her second jack of the season, and the Flames take an early 1-0 lead. That was a no-doubter. She cranked that. I don't know that it ever got more than about 20 feet off the ground. Just hit the pole that holds the netting up that tries to keep the ball from getting down to the road on the perimeter of campus. Deflected off of that pole, probably, I'm going to guess, 25 feet beyond the fence. So that would have been out of any part of the ballpark. Jemiah Byram, Flames shortstop. Right-handed hitter takes the first pitch for a ball. And now a strike down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1, well outside. Two 2-1 from Bird. Line down to third and caught right along the dirt by Miller. It was bang, bang as to whether she caught that in the air. Wouldn't have really mattered, though, because she would have had plenty of time to throw down to first if the umpire would have indicated it was not caught. Savannah Woodard, the Flames' leadoff hitter. Batting for the second time. She drew a walk and then was a part of that double play in the first inning. Even the Flames' outs in this game, as this pitch is taken for a strike, have been hit hard. Roberts lined into that double play. Dorr knocked the cover off the ball, but right at Bird, who made the catch in the circle. And then now Byron with another line out. Counts 1 and 2 to Woodard. She grounds it back up the middle. Bird, another nice stab on one hop. Throws to first for the second out. Another hard hit ball, but right at someone. And Bird has showed herself well in fielding her own position. Rachel Roop walked her first time. Sends this into left field, but it hangs up for Peden. She makes the catch for the final out of the inning, but the Flames do get one run across on the one hit, the home run by Savannah Jesse. And Liberty will take that 1-0 lead into the fourth inning here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to Liberty Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Time now to check the Carter Bank box score.
So far, Flames on top 1-0. As we go to the fourth inning. Liberty with one run on the one hit, the home run. One error for the Flames. FIU, no runs. They've had 3 hits, all on the infield. They've got no errors. Savannah Jessie, the hero so far with her second home run of the season. Now for FIU, Bailey Grossenbacher will lead things off. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Fouls the first pitch back on a check swing. Conference USA Baseball Championship is coming to Lynchburg, going to be hosted by Liberty University at Worthington Field. As the 0-1 is taken for a ball, 1 strike. May 21st through the 25th, you can see up to 15 games. All session passes are now on sale. Get yours at libertyflames.com/CUSA baseball. 1-1 grounded to first, but squirts into foul territory. 1-2. Bachman in the game so far has given up the 3 hits, all on the infield. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. The 1-2 laced out into center field. Madry goes to her left, now back to her right, and it gets over her head. It's going to one-hop the wall. KK almost got to that, and that little hitch might have been the half a step she needed to make the catch. Going to the left, her left, just at the beginning before turning back and trying to catch that over her opposite shoulder. So a leadoff double for FIU, and they're going to try to move the runner over as Catherwood squares the bunt but missed, and the count is 0-1. Grossenbach down at second base on this pitch. Jessie will throw down to try to get in behind her, but she's able to stand in safely. The count, though, is 0-2 to Kendall Catherwood. Ground ball to second. Woodard looks the runner back, throws over to first to get the out. So FIU, an unproductive out. And a little surprising, because that was a slow grounder to the right side. I'm surprised that that the Grossenbach wasn't off. Now Martinez will ground it foul down the third base line. I think if you had it to do over again, if you're Grossenbacher, as soon as you see that ball grounded to the right side, you just take off. You force the defense to throw down to third and get you on the lead as this pitch is grounded down to short. Nice play by Byram. Throws to first for the out. The runner now tries to advance. The throw back to third is not in time, but Liberty does get the second out of the inning. Grossenbacher is at third, and Isabella Perez will come up to the plate. Perez 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out her first time up, swings and misses at the first pitch from Bachman in this at bat. Solid game defensively by Jemiah Byram at short so far. 0-1. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. She's coming into the lineup to replace Savannah Watley, who's out with an injury. The 1-1 to Perez. Ground ball to Woodard at second. She's able to make the play nicely. Over to Roberts for the final out. And to finish that thought on Byram and Watley, Watley had been hurt a few series ago and actually missed a couple of weekends. And during that time frame, Byron came into play for her. And then that injury was re-aggravated by Watley in the game against UVA. Byron back in the lineup tonight. And so far, on 4 different occasions, it's been hit to her, and each time she made the play perfectly. I should say 4 times she made the out. She's actually hit to her one other time, but slow roller, and it ended up being an infield hit, but nothing she could have done in that spot. Flames have a 1-0 lead as we head now to the bottom half of the 4th inning here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank and Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank and Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank and Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Follow the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner on social media and keep up with all your favorite teams. Search LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Flames on top 1-0 here at Liberty Softball Stadium. Jamie Hall with you as we have a final regular season series between Liberty and FIU. Bryn McManus leads off for the Flames, takes the first pitch for a ball. Bird in the circle for FIU, misses this one as well and falls behind in the count 2-0. Flames know they're the number 1 seed. FIU's trying to fight their way into the tournament. They're currently in 7th place. Only 6 teams go as McManus grounds down to third. A lot of work from Miller in the game so far. She makes the play cleanly, throws out McManus for the first out. Roberts will bat for Liberty. She hit down to Miller on a line drive back in the first inning that led to a double play. Woodard was on third and was only a few steps off the base when the ball was caught, but the fact that it was caught right near the bag, she was able to swipe it and get FIU out of a jam. Roberts fouls this pitch off. Count goes to 1-1, and we have another Yahtzee. Happened when Brooke Roberts was batting the first time. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with 11 at the plate. 1's all the way across the board. And if you go down a little further, 1 run and 1 hit for the Flames in the game and 1 error. A lot of 1s. Now we'll throw a 2 underneath ball as Roberts gets ahead in the count. 2-1 from Bird, fouled back. 2-2. I started mentioning this earlier in the game. Roberts will pick up an extra year of eligibility because of her junior college time. That's the reason, even though she's listed as a senior, she's got 1 more year. She cranks this pitch deep to right center field. The ballpark is not going to hold it. That almost made it to the berm. Brooke Roberts smashed that homer. And the Flames lead 2-0. Brooke Roberts showing off the power that she has in that bat. That's going to bring a visit to the circle. FIU wants to talk things over for Roberts. That is her 4th home run of the season, but very similar to a home run that she hit down at Georgia in the regionals last year. That homer kind of hugged the right field foul pole. This one had no question of it being fair or foul. It was pretty much to right towards the gap in right center field. And if you're familiar with the layout of that berm beyond the right field wall, there's a retaining wall and then a fence above that, and it landed just shy of that fence on the retaining wall. KK Madry will step up after the meeting on the circle ends. Flames with 2 runs in the game, and both have come on hard hit homers. Madry going to bunt. It's played by the first baseman, Martinez. Catherwood comes over from second, and a nice job to get Madry. We got a very, very small window to get her out. They do. 3-4. And Paige Dorr, who also hit the ball hard in her first at bat. But right back at the pitcher, Burt. She swings on and lofts it out into right center field. Trekking it down is Grossenbacher, who makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Flames get 1 hit, and just like the last inning, that hit gets out of here. Liberty leading 2-0 as we head now to the 5th inning here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com. That's www.ironcladcoffee.com to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Two 2-0, the Flames with the lead. Now in the top of the 5th inning, Paige Bachman in the circle for Liberty, has 3 strikeouts in the game so far, 1 walk. She's given up 4 hits. Most of those have been on the infield. Matter of fact, I'm trying to see the double. Yeah, the double that led off the 4th inning was the only hit that wasn't on the infield. Grossenbacher hit the double, but then a little bit of a mistake. She was at second base. There was a ground ball to second, but she did not advance. She would have been at third with 1 out. The next ground ball by Martinez might have scored her. Ifs and buts. Supposition, I don't know for sure, but with her speed, she probably could have scored on that next ground ball. Zelinka, the shortstop for FIU, steps up to the plate. Bachman misses on the outside half and falls behind in the count 2-0. Zelenka is 0 for 1 in the day. She grounded out back in the second. Takes a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Ground ball to second again. Woodard waits for it, throws over to Roberts for the first out. Now to the bottom of the lineup, Collier Peden, the left fielder, had one of those infield singles to lead off the third and was caught stealing by Savannah Jesse. First pitch bounced down to Crane at third. She plays it on a hop and a strong throw over for the second out. Four three, now 5-3 to begin this fifth inning. Back to the top of the lineup. Callie Meredith will square to bunt. Crane cuts it off, throws over in time to get the final out of this fifth inning. Bang, bang play at first, and FIU is going to challenge. It was definitely close enough to challenge. Crane fielded that ball about as well as you could, called off Bachman. Crane was going to have all of her momentum going towards first base, so she picked it off, threw over, and it was close. We'll see what the final decision is. See if we can grab a look at the replay ourselves. I have to say this, and I'm not sure why this is the case. I use the same phone every single game. For some reason, every single time, my ESPN app will not let me in. Does the whole send an email situation, so I may not, by the time I get this sorted out, it may be too late. Umpires may have already made their call. My initial instinct was she was out by a fraction. Now the question is going to be, is it conclusive? Because if it's not, the call on the field was out. We got a quick decision. The umpires head out. Will let us know. Home plate umpire John West will make the call. And she is safe. Safe at first base. So a smart challenge by FIU will keep this inning going. Mike Larrabee, the head coach. Mike Myers, the associate head coach. He's at first. They had a quick conversation and decided to challenge. So runner at first with 2 outs. Another infield single for FIU. Meredith, who stole second back in the first inning, certainly would be a candidate to do that again as the count is 0-1 to Miller. Miller 0 for 2 in the game. The runner fakes as if she's going, but then stays put. Pitch is called a strike, and Bachman out ahead 0-2. Miller struck out in the first, lined out the third. In the third, runner goes, and this pitch is fouled off. So Meredith will head back to first base. 41 stolen bases on the season for Meredith. She and KK Madry at the top of the standings, and some of the best in the country. The 0-2 grounded foul. Meredith was moving again. So Meredith now with 41. Madry has the 44, and nobody else in Conference USA has over 20. Both of these teams very good overall as well. The 0-2. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw down is just not in time. Boy, that was close. I think she beat it. She was under the tag. Coach Richardson might want to challenge this, and she is. And so they'll take another look on the replay monitor. The throw beat Meredith, but it one hopped, and so the throw was kind of up a little bit high. By the time it was brought down, I don't know if it was in time or not. Of course, I was wrong the last time. Last time I said my gut instinct was that it was an out at first base. My gut instinct here is safe at second. And, well, let's see what the umpires say. 2-0, the Flames are on top. And the count is 0-2. Actually, that can't be right. Must be 1-2. Yeah, that's, I think the scoreboard must be off unless I missed something, because the count was 0-2 before that pitch. Meredith at second base safely, at least on the initial call on the field. That would have had to have been a ball, else the inning would have been over anyway. Yeah, and right on cue. My ESPN app is sending me to an email having to verify maybe this will work in time to get a sneak peek of what the umpires are looking at, and maybe it won't. It's odd because I use the ESPN app on Roku at home, use it on, I think, my tablet, and I don't believe I have to not only re-log in, but have to do the verification every single time on my phone. That doesn't happen but maybe once a month on other devices. Not sure why ESPN doesn't like my phone, but it does look like I've got logged in here. But not before the umpires already have the decision made. We'll see what the call is. And they're going to say out. Now, my question is, as the inning comes to a close, did she leave early? Was that what they were looking at? Or were they looking at the tag at second? And they might have been looking at whether or not she left early. That's a good point that I had not thought of. I guess I shouldn't say that was a good point. I'd be telling myself, hey, good point, you. That's a thought that I didn't have earlier, but it might very well be what they were looking at, because it certainly looked like she was safe at second. But either way, whether it was the tag or whether it was her leaving early, Meredith is called out, and that will put the inning to a close as we now head to the bottom half of the fifth. Liberty on top 2-0 here in Lynchburg.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39%. And get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Well, we got clarification. That replay review was about leaving early, not the tag at second base. So Meredith left before the pitch was released, and that is the reason for the final out of the inning, and I'm not sure how you put that in a scorebook. Rachel Crane is the hitter to lead things off for the Flames in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Takes a ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Bird. Slashed foul into the bullpen of FIU beyond first base. That fifth inning stretch was presented by the Carl Miller Realty team. Don't stretch your budget when searching for your next home. Talk to the caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty. Visit carlmillerrealty.com. Carl with a K. Fouled off by Crane, and it deflects into the FIU dugout. Scatters everybody. Those are the ones that get you because there's a net in front of you, so you feel safe. But it slashed right over the railing and hit the facade of the bleachers and ping-pong back down into the backs of everybody's heads. It looked like nobody hurt. Everybody's smiling and laughing as Crane sees the count even up at 2-2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth, Crane fouls it off of her foot and back behind her. We'll try again. Rachel Crane 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out her first time up. Here's the 2-2. High and outside. 3-2 strikes. Both Liberty runs in this game so far on home runs. Savannah Jesse in the third and Brooke Roberts a solo shot in the fourth. The 3-2 drilled out into left field, back towards the wall and off the top of the fence. Crane is going to trot it. Now she has to slide back into second. I think the umpire gave an indication to Crane that it was a home run. And Rachel was trotting around the bases. She had just went past second. They threw in behind her to try to tag her, but the umpire wasn't really looking at the tag or at the play because I think the umpire coming around from first thought that it was a home run. So he was kind of just trotting with Rachel to make sure she was touching the bases. But it certainly looked like, from our vantage point, that it hit off the top of the wall, the white part of the wall, and came back into play. So Crane will be at second base. And Coach Dot Richardson is coming out to talk to Crane. I'm not exactly sure what that conversation might be about. Make sure it's a home run before you trot. I don't know. I didn't see any of the umpires give the indication of a home run. But then again, I really wasn't looking at the umpires. I was looking at the ball because I thought it was in play off the top of the wall and then thrown back into the infield. By the time it was thrown back into the infield by Collier Peden out in left field, then I noticed Rachel's kind of in a home run trot just around second base. She stops. The FIU players, I think, at that moment thought, well, was that a home run? So they don't go right at her. I think if they go right at her, they get her out. But by the time then everybody realizes, no, it's in play, Rachel dives back to second. The tag is not there in time, and she's got an awkward double. And she couldn't have been more than an inch away from that being a home run. It hit right off the top of the wall and kind of popped in the air but back. Another inch or two, and it would have had to have hit the top of the wall and skittered over. Lily Hydorn will come in to run at second after the leadoff double by Rachel Crane. Liberty leads 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Savannah Jessie, who hit the solo homer her first time up, takes the first pitch for a ball. Kennedy Bird still in the circle for FIU. Now giving up 3 hits in the game. Falls behind 2-0 to Savannah Jessie. I should say she's given up three hits in the game, 2 home runs, and 1 that was very close to being a home run. Other than that, she's pitched well. Taken for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. She got through some walk issues early on. Had 3 walks in the first 2 innings, worked her way out of those jams. Then has given up some heavy contact as this pitch is in the dirt. Hydorn is going to scamper down to third. An awkward slide, kind of chunky. There was no throw. She's okay. The crowd kind of gasped for a moment because of the awkwardness of the slide, but everybody's okay, and the count is 3-1 to Savannah Jessie. She draws ball 4. Flames will have runners at first and third with no outs. Now the Flames will have Jemiah Byram batting, and we're going to have Aubrey Norris pinch running at first. So Hydorn pinch running at third. Norris now at first, and Byram is going to square to bunt. Norris runs and no throw. Nobody covering second base, so she'll get in uncontested, and the Flames will have runners at second and third with nobody out. Byron takes another ball, gets out ahead, 2-0. Big spot for Jemiah. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Ball outside, 3-0. Jemiah hitting .231 on the year. Steps into the lineup today because of the injury to Savannah Watley. 3-0. Missed as well. Ball 4. Some more base on ball trouble for Bird. We saw a couple of walks in the first inning. 1 in the second inning. And now 2 here in the 5th inning, which has loaded the bases, and the Flames go back to the top of the lineup where Savannah Woodard and Rachel Roop await. It's going to be the day, or at least so far, for Kennedy Bird. She does hit for herself, so it's very possible that she'll stay in the game now as the designated player. And the flex will come out. It's kind of confusing in softball, but the lineup that was put in had Megan Kruger listed as the flex since they didn't have a designated player, and Kennedy Bird hit for herself. So in that case, a designated player essentially is just in the lineup but not doing anything. It's odd. Same thing wouldn't happen in baseball. It's a slightly different setup, at least as far as I know. Really, the only time you see that would be with Otani, who hits for himself. Somebody could certainly correct me on this because I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that there's a flex player that's in the lineup when Otani hits that's on the card but doesn't play in the field or hit in the game because Otani hits for himself. I don't think that's the case in baseball. That is the case in softball.
Now batting for the Flames, number 12, Savannah Woodard.
So Megan Kruger will actually pitch for FIU. Savannah Woodard hits for the Flames. Slashes this foul, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Threw me off for just a second. But yeah, Megan Kruger, 6-foot-tall junior, is in to pitch from Wendell, North Carolina. The 1-1 is low and outside. Kruger on the season, 9-3 record, 3.92 ERA, 24 strikeouts, 31 walks. She evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Savannah Woodard. The Flames have the bases loaded and nobody out. In the bottom of the 5th, Liberty on top 2-0. Woodard awaits the 2-2. Strike 3 called. So Kruger comes in and gets a big out. That is the first strikeout of the day for FIU. Rachel Roop will hit. Takes the first pitch for a ball. She walked in the first. Popped out to left field in the third. This pitch taken for a strike, or swung, I should say swung on and missed. So Root is now 1-1 against Kruger. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed, but off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rachel Root hitting .376 on the year. 18 home runs. Pops it foul towards right field. Coming over to make the play is Grossenbacher. The runner's going to try to advance, and Hydorn scores from third on the sacrifice. Catch was made in foul territory, and it does lead to a third Flames run. Bren McManus with runners at second and third. As all 3 runners did advance on the play. Hydorn scoring. One and 1. Count evens up. That run will go against Bird. The 1-1. Sliced out into center field. It's going to get to the gap. 2 runs will score. Bren McManus stands at second with a double. Liberty leads 5-0. A little inside-outside action. Usually don't see, you see the ball sliced down the lines a little bit, but that was like me on the golf course as that one sliced in between the right fielder and center fielder all the way to the Flames logo on the wall. Brooke Roberts skies this first pitch high into center field. An easy play for Meredith for the final out, but not before the Flames add 3. A hard hit double by Rachel Crane to lead the inning off. And then a hard hit double by Bren McManus to plate 2 more runs. Liberty leads 5-0 as we head now to the 6th inning here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
The Conference USA Baseball Championship is coming to Lynchburg. Be there as 8 teams battle for the conference crown in a double elimination tournament, with the winner getting an automatic bid to an NCAA regional, hosted by Liberty University's Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium, May 21st through the 25th. All session passes are on sale now. See every game for just $98. Youth passes are $35. Single session passes are also available. Get yours now at libertyflames.com/CUSA Baseball. You're listening to Lady Flame Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Now for a look at the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders.
Our score here in Lynchburg, the Flames on top 5-0. Playing against a desperate FIU team. They need to get as many wins as possible this weekend to have a chance to get into the Conference USA tournament. They're certainly not off to a good start. They'll be down to their final 6 outs, trailing 5-0. See if we can't find some other Conference USA scores to tell you about. Around the league, down in Georgia, Kennesaw State trailing New Mexico State 3-1. We do not have a score yet from Jacksonville State and Western Kentucky, nor do we have a score in the UTEP Middle Tennessee game. At least judging by starting times, both those games should be underway. So I'm not sure if there's a delay in the reporting or if maybe weather is a problem, because both those schools are really close to each other. Between Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the Conference USA tournament will be next week, and Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I wonder if weather is the problem. No, actually, it just hasn't been reported. The game, at least at Western Kentucky, is underway. We do have a score there as Paige Bachman falls behind in the count, 2-0 to Paige Miller. Low and outside. Miller's 0 for 2 in the game. She struck out in the first, lined out to third in the third. The 3-0. Ball 4. So Bachman with her second walk of the game. And the first since the first batter of the game. Quick chat in the circle between Savannah Jessie, Brooke Roberts, and Paige Bachman. You see Kaylin Yoder warming up for the Flames in the bullpen. Plate umpire John West breaks up the meeting. Jamie Robinson's at first, Jeffrey Blanken at third. Kennedy Bird, who stayed in the game to hit, takes the first pitch for a ball. Bird, the pitcher of record for FIU in the game at the moment. Now the designated player gets out ahead in the count, 2-0. Bachman looks back, thought she had found the plate, but instead she's behind in the count once more. Western Kentucky leads New Mexico State 3-1, so that game is underway as we're going to have a visit to the circle. Flames Casey Fagan-Graham in her 8th season will come out. Coach Dot Richardson also going to make her way out. Talk to the infielders that are conversing just behind the circle. Coach Dot Richardson Pinto in her 12th season here at Liberty. Mentioned Casey Fagan-Graham, the associate head coach. Her sister Sammy Fagan-Harmon, assistant coach in her 4th year, and Emily Kirby-Nagel in her 3rd season. Conversations are over. We're ready to play again with a 2-0 count to Kennedy Bird. Here's the pitch. Inside half for a strike. Bachman has pitched 5 innings so far, has given up 5 hits, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts, but no runs. She leads 5-0, fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can follow us on LFSN Radio on X and Instagram at LFSN Radio, or search LFSN Radio on Facebook or YouTube. You can watch the games. This pitch is grounded down to Crane. She's going to throw over to second for 1. Back to first in time. Double play started by Rachel Crane. Woodard with the turn and Roberts with the stretch at first base. And just like that, 2 outs on the board in the top of the 6th inning. And to finish the thought from a moment ago, you can watch our booth cams on YouTube and Facebook. First pitch to Grossenbacher. Check swing, taken for a ball. So 5-4-3, double play. Count Grossenbacher evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now 2 outs and nobody on. Liberty leading 5-0 in the top of the 6th. The 2-0 grounded back up the middle and off of the glove of Bachman to Woodard, but she's not going to have time to get Grossenbacher out at first. So another infield single, which really is the MO of this FIU team. They usually beat you with small ball. Four infield singles for FIU in this game so far. Bachman pitching to Kendall Catherwood. Count is 1-0 to Catherwood. Inside corner for a strike, drops it in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grossenbacher at first. But after the double play, now 2 outs in the inning. The 1-1 just missed inside. Mentioned the weather possibilities. That weather is moving from west to east, and that's why I thought, well, maybe there's a chance that those games in Tennessee and Kentucky might be delayed, as a 2-1 is a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking a look at the map right now, it looks like the western part of Tennessee and Kentucky is okay. It's Catherwood well out in front of that pitch. Strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Paige Bachman. And after giving up a leadoff walk and then an infield single, Flames are able to get out of the inning with nothing across. Liberty will try to add some insurance onto their 5-0 lead here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. But to finish that thought on the weather real quick, right now there is a line of storms, heavy rain, that's stretching from about Huntington, West Virginia at an angle all the way down through Chattanooga, even further to Birmingham, Alabama. So they would not be playing softball in Knoxville right now, but back towards Nashville and then up into Kentucky, pretty clear on the back half of both of those states. That's some of the weather that will be coming through our area soon. Well, I say soon, tonight into tomorrow. We'll see how that affects things. As of now, the game tomorrow has been moved to an 11 o'clock start, and there have been conversations about possibly having a doubleheader. We'll take a quick break.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Flames Nation, this is Liberty softball head coach and proud Flames Club member, Dot Richardson. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me in supporting Liberty Athletics' mission to train champions for Christ on and off the field. Your support directly impacts our student athletes and is a valuable part of our team. Membership starts at just $75 and comes with great benefits like access to premium seating, hospitality, and parking privileges. Join today. Visit libertyflamesclub.org.
Get the latest on your favorite Flames team with the Liberty Flames podcast. Just search Liberty Flames wherever you get your podcasts or go to libertyflames.com. This is Lady Flame Softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
5-0 Liberty on top of FIU. Bottom half of the sixth inning. KK Madry has the count at 1-1. Squares the bunt, fouls back and deflects off of Isabella Perez, the catcher. And I think the scoreboard was maybe a pitch behind there. That actually makes it 2-2 on Madry. KK 0 for 1 on the day, 408 hitter on the season. The 2-2, off speed and high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kruger came in relief of Kennedy Bird. Ground ball to second, scooped up by Catherwood. She's able to throw out the speedy Madry at first. Haven't been able to see KK in motion in this game so far. She did reach back in the second inning, but before she really had a chance to think about stealing second base, there was a hard hit ball that was a double play by Paige Dorr, who is now at the plate, squares and fouls the butt back. The 0-1 taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Flames up 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Dorr squares again, pulls back and takes the ball, 2-1. Page, the Oregon State transfer, had a 13-game hitting streak from March 26th to April 17th, was the longest for the Flames this season. She now gets out ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now the 3-1 from Kruger, sent out into left center field, all the way to the wall. It takes 1 hop. Dorr is going to scamper into second for a leadoff double. Let me correct myself, a 1-out double for Paige Dorr. Dorr hit the ball hard. And her first at bat as well, but unfortunately for her, went right back to the pitcher. Bird made the catch and then got the double play with Madry. No one was going to catch this smack by Dorr. Now Rachel Crane, who just missed a home run herself, her last at bat, steps up, takes the first pitch for a ball, now gets out ahead 2-0. Crane was pinch run for after that double. And Hydorn, who came in for her, eventually came around to score. .3-0. Strike called. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at second, now a 3-1 pitch to Rachel Crane. Popped high in the air on the infield. Calling for it is the shortstop, Zelinka. She makes the catch, so now 2 outs. Savannah Jesse, who had the solo homer back in the third. She also walked in the fifth, was pinch ran for by Norris. Norris scored during that sequence on the 2 RBI double by McManus. Jesse smacks it out into right field, and the center fielder, Meredith, comes over and steps in front of Grossenbacher to make the catch. It looked like Grossenbacher might have either lost her footing a little bit, was sort of stammering because of that, or maybe lost the ball altogether. Meredith had the longest trip to get there, but she does to end the inning. Flames not able to add anything in the bottom half of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th with the Flames on top, 5-0, trying to finish off this first game of the weekend series against FIU here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to Liberty Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Time now to check the Carter Bank box score.
Good looking box score for the Flames so far. They lead 5-0. Paige Bachman has given up 6 hits in the game. It has spread them out. A couple of walks, 4 strikeouts. Her defense has played well behind her. There's 1 error in the game. That was a throwing error, but it was on an attempt to make a double play. Ended up not causing any harm. As far as the offensive hero for Liberty in this game, that's a tough call. Savannah Jesse, a solo homer. Brooke Roberts, also a solo homer. Bren McManus, a 2 RBI double. Rachel Roop had an RBI sac fly. Something the Flames are really good at. Janelle Martinez set to hit for FIU. She steps out of the box, now digs back in. First pitch from Bachman. Misses. Count 1-0. Talking about that sac fly. It was the 33rd time this season Flames have had a sacrifice fly, shattering the Conference USA record, which previous to that was 20. One count to Martinez. Bachman fires in for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Ground ball to Byram. She makes the play at short. Strong throw over to Roberts for the first out. We've talked a couple times in this game about Jemiah having to step in for the injured Savannah Watley, and she has played well. Five times in the game. I've written down 6-3 in the book. She had a couple other plays as well, but slow rollers and wasn't able to get the runner at first because of the speed of this FIU team. all in all, solid outing defensively for Jemiah. Byron, the sophomore from Henderson, Kentucky. Natalie Burns will now hit for FIU. She takes the first pitch for a strike. Burns on the season a .278 hitter. Takes a strike again and falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 foul back to the screen. We'll try again. Nobody on, one out. Liberty up on FIU 5-0 in the top of the seventh. 2 outs away from getting the first win of this series. The 0-2 just missed outside. A series that on paper is much more important for FIU than the Flames. Liberty has wrapped up the #1 seed in the Conference USA tournament. FIU is currently not in the tournament. They're in 7th place. They need as many wins as possible as this pitch is fouled off. FIU coming into today 11-12-1 on the year, a tie last weekend in a game that was called because of curfew on a travel day for Western Kentucky down in South Florida. But FIU 11-12-1. Sam Houston and New Mexico State both 12-12, just in front of them. Sam Houston playing a series against Louisiana Tech, and New Mexico State's playing at Kennesaw State this weekend. After a quick conversation in the circle between Jesse and Bachman, here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Got her off speed. 2 outs for Liberty. Trying to finish off this game in the top of the 7th. Fifth strikeout of the game for Bachman. Looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter for FIU. Jensen Luke, the 5'3" freshman from Florida. Eustis, Florida. Hope I'm saying that right. That city is a new one for me. First pitch from Bachman is taken for a strike. The 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Flames up 5-0. Paige Bachman trying to finish this off. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Oh, just got a piece of it. Actually, not only did she get a piece of it, it got a piece of Savannah Jesse. Jesse going to try to walk it off. Brooke Roberts comes over. Also, Michael Worthy, Flames athletic trainer, will have a quick conversation as well. Make sure Savannah's okay. Tell you, those catchers, they take a beating. The crowd shows their appreciation. We're ready for another 0-2. From Bachman to Luke. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside. Not by much. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bachman gets the sign. Now here's the 1-2. Ground ball right back to her. She goes high in the air to make the play, throws over to Roberts for the out, and the Flames get a shutout victory in game 1 against FIU. Paige Bachman with the complete game victory. Liberty now with the win runs their record to 42-11 on the year. With the loss, FIU 29-20. More importantly, for the Panthers, they fall to 11-13-1 in Conference USA. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get the Coca-Cola post-game show rolling. Have a chance to talk to our Thompson Brooks Insurance player of the game, who's going to be Paige Bachman with that complete game victory in the circle. We'll also talk to head coach Dot Richardson Pinto as well. The teams meet around the circle for a closing prayer, and then they'll be back out on the field tomorrow, currently scheduled for an 11 o'clock start. If anything changes on that, we'll certainly let you know. That is, at least as of now, to try to beat the rain. That game has been moved up 4 hours. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com. That's www.ironcladcoffee.com to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
Been listening to Lady Flame Softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. It's time now for the Coca-Cola postgame show, brought to you by Coca-Cola Consolidated. Coke, taste the feeling. Coming up, we'll hear from Lady Flames head coach Dot Richardson. We'll bring you today's player of the game, final stats, and postgame analysis, all right here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Welcome back into Lynchburg. The Lady Flames get a 5-0 win over FIU, and we now have our Thompson Brooks Insurance player of the game, Paige Bachman. Paige, you got me okay down there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Outstanding. Well, what a game it was. I know when you look back, there were a few innings that you kind of had to battle through a little bit in the game, but overall, the defense played great behind you. You got some key strikeouts when you needed, and the bats came through with some support, just exactly what you draw up if you're a pitcher.
Yes, it's exactly what I could have asked for as a team.
What is key to this team's motivation right now? Because when you look at the standings, you guys have the number one seed. You know you're going to get the bye. You know everything is going to fall into place exactly like that in the conference tournament. So you don't really have anything to play for as far as moving up the standings. FIU, on the other hand, they're trying to battle their way into the tournament. But it seemed like your team was the motivated team in today's game, even though there's nothing to play for standings-wise.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find motivation when you already know where you're standing, like you said. But us as Liberty softball, we genuinely do play for each other. We love each other so much. And like, it's one of the things that Brooke Roberts says, that if KK gets a hit, then she gets a hit. And I think that's the best thing in the world. Like, when I get a strikeout, Jesser gets a strikeout. It's never just about me. It's never just about anyone else, but we do it all for each other. And when you play for one another and not for yourselves, it makes the game a lot more fun. And that's what you see out here on the field. You don't see us pouting about an at bat, because we know our teammates are going to pick us up. That's why we see our motivation and how we bring more motivation to the field.
You mentioned about you guys having a good time, and I think that's something that is easy to tell when you're around your squad at all, is that you're having fun. And there's a rumor that you might be one of the comedians on the team. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, me and KK, we're probably the funniest. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty funny. I think I'm funny because I'm out of pocket. Sometimes I just say the things that come to my head, which I probably shouldn't say, but they come out funny most of the time.
And if they don't, then everybody knows you're just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No harm done.
Exactly. I do have to ask you another question, and feel free to tell me none of my business, but when you end an inning, you have kind of a little ritual that you do afterwards with your hands. What is that?
I throw, so it's after a strikeout, no matter what the outs are. So if I get a strikeout and there's no outs, I'll throw up my glove first, and then I throw up the outs. So whatever the outs are, that's what my hand plays. So you have 1 out, 2 outs, or if I get the third strikeout, I throw up my 3 fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of strategy to that. The outfilders can look in and go, okay, that's 2 outs.
Yeah.
So there's something to it. I got it. Okay, well, there's 2 more games to be played in this series. Well, assuming Mother Nature allows us to play those games, what's it going to take to continue this momentum going into the tournament next week?
Just playing pitch by pitch. If you think about it like ahead of time, it gets too overwhelming. But if you think all I have to do is focus for 10 seconds at a time, every pitch is just 10 seconds. That's all I have to focus. It makes the game a lot shorter and a lot more fun.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you guys back out bright and early tomorrow. I guess at least as of right now, it's going to be a morning game. We'll see how that goes if the weather holds off and we're able to get some games in tomorrow and Sunday. But congratulations on the win today.
Well, thank you so much.
Awesome. And I think Coach Dot is somewhere in the neighborhood. If you know where she is, or if Bob can help us out maybe to find Dot before we get off the air. Thank you, Paige.
Yes. Bye. Have a good day.
You too. That was Paige Bachman, our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game, and we have got the best wingman in the country, Bob Pinto, down on the field, and I think he's going to try to work this out to see if we can track down Coach Richardson before we close up shop. Again, Liberty wins 5-0 here against FIU. Teams will play 2 more games this series. FIU really with their backs up against the wall now. They're going to probably have to get these final 2 wins to have any chance of getting into the Conference USA tournament. They came in 7th place heading into today, and we'll take a look after our next break at our Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard to let you kind of have an idea of those teams that they're fighting with for the seeding spots, or not just the seeding, but just to get in to the tournament. Only 6 teams get in. The top 2 teams have a bye. The Flames know that they're going to be the number 1 seed. They've known that since last weekend. Now it's just about continuing to have that momentum and keep the RPI as high as possible in case you don't win the Conference USA tournament. Make sure that you get into the NCAA regionals, and then if you do get in, well, right now the Flames would be pretty much a lock to get in at this moment. But if and when you get in, then you're looking to get as good a seed as possible in the NCAAs. Right now, if the season ended, most of the projections would show the Flames as a number 2 seed in one of the 4-team regionals. You might get a little extra preferential treatment as a 2 as opposed to a 3, which might put you a little closer to home. There are some sites that are more of a driving distance. If you look at potentially Virginia Tech hosting, although some of the last projections didn't show the Hokies as being a host school anymore. But they're right in that conversation for hosting. Tennessee is going to host. Duke is in the conversation to host. South Carolina, Clemson. So places that are drivable would be better than, say, falling as a 3 and maybe like a couple years ago getting sent out to UCLA, or even Georgia last year was a lot longer of a drive as opposed to some of the other schools where the Flames could be playing. We got Coach Richardson now on the headset. Coach, I tell you, coming in when we were talking before the game, we were talking about motivation and whether the team would be motivated to play under the circumstances with number 1 seed already locked up. It certainly looked like your team was motivated today. They played some pretty good ball.
Yeah, it was great to see. This is like getting momentum moving into the tournament. So, all of them engaged, and I really love the performance I think, that Baki had. I'd love to see, as we talked before the game, that Jesser has a lot more home runs in her, and it was great to see her deliver. Also, you looked at, B-Rob hitting the home run. And what was key is as they were staying away from Rupi, she was able to put a fly ball deep enough to get an RBI, which was crucial. And Bryn getting the nice double on a changeup. I thought that was really awesome. And then look at Jesser, a team that steals a lot of bags. She threw a gun and was able to get that speedster out, which was awesome. They got a lot of speed, and you have to respect that.
Rachel Crane also hit the ball hard and was probably about 2 inches away from having a home run. I think she maybe thought that it was a home run. Talk us through that play.
Well, according to the umpire said that the announcer had said it was a home run. I mean, she thought it had the distance, but it definitely hit the top and came back in. And it was kind of funny the way I saw her. She was going super slow, and I thought she was running into the dugout. And I was like, get back. I don't know if she thought it was caught. I have no idea. But now she said she thought it was a home run, so she's just jogging around. And thank goodness she got back before she was tagged out.
Yeah, that would have been a strange way to get an out. And then you guys were able to manufacture that run in after the pinch runner, Lily Hydorn, came in to replace her at second base.
And Lily has scored how many runs? I don't know if you had that now, but in her 4 years as a senior, I think she's a high 80s, almost 90 runs scored. When she gets on, she usually scores.
Now, I've got the question of the day because Lily's usually your first pitch runner and Aubrey Morris is your second. Have you ever had a race between the two of them? That'd be fun to watch.
Yes. Well, just so you know, Aubrey is as fast as KK.
Okay.
There is no doubt about that.
I didn't even put KK in that conversation because I just assumed that she was going to win any race with anybody on the field. But you're saying that's the race we need to pay to see.
Exactly. That is, I tell you, Aubrey and KK, those two are neck and neck when we do sprints, right? For the 20-yard sprint. But one thing why I usually put Hydorn in first, Lily, is because she has a little more experience, base running, and Aubrey is getting there. But she's made some mistakes earlier, last year and stuff, so we're moving into it. But I also save Aubrey, too, in case we have the international tiebreaker. So if we ever have that or we have a close game, I save Aubrey to be the one to run to score. Because on a double, and she's at first base on a double, she will score. She's that fast.
As we look now to the final two games, I guess what's the latest on the weather? We're still looking at a morning game tomorrow and a Sunday game at noon?
Yes. Right now, we are still looking, and we will decide tomorrow morning if we change it. But right now, we are playing at 11 o'clock tomorrow. But there's an agreement between both coaches that if we look like the rain that was supposed to be at 3 o'clock tomorrow, it's now moved at 4. If it starts moving more to Sunday and we cannot get our game in at 11 o'clock on Sunday, we'll play a doubleheader. So really quick, I'm looking at my app right now, my weather app, and it says it will rain at 4 o'clock tomorrow and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And then Sunday, it looks like 0 inches of rain at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So I think we'll be keeping it at 11 tomorrow as of right now and 11 on Sunday.
Sounds good, Coach. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you and everyone listening. God bless you guys. Jesus loves us so much. Have a great one. Go Flames and go God.
Sounds good, Coach Dot Richardson Pinto here on the broadcast. We'll take our final break. The Lady Flames get a 5-0 victory over FIU. We'll tell you all the stats that you need to know and get you ready for tomorrow when we wrap up the broadcast tonight here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my good feet story, how I love my arch support so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39%. And get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Flames Nation, this is Liberty softball head coach and proud Flames Club member, Dot Richardson. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me in supporting Liberty Athletics' mission to train champions for Christ on and off the field. Your support directly impacts our student athletes and is a valuable part of our team. Membership starts at just $75 and comes with great benefits like access to premium seating, hospitality, and parking privileges. Join today. Visit libertyflamesclub.org.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
The game is over, but we're still talking Flames softball. You're listening to the Coca-Cola postgame show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Welcome back into the stadium here in Lynchburg. Lady Flames get the win 5-0 over FIU. And to finish off that thought that we had with Coach Dot Richardson talking about Lily Hydorn, that was her 71st run scored in her career. And she has had 0 at-bats during the course of her now 4-year career, but has scored 71 runs as the Flames' go-to pinch runner. What a outstanding job she does once she gets on the base pass. Just doesn't make any errors and always seems to find her way home in clutch situations. She had a big run today in this game as well. We were talking about the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's go ahead and jump into that as best we can. And for some reason, we just cannot get a score from the UTEP at Middle Tennessee game. So I'm not sure if there was some issues there or not. Now it's actually showing as a 9 o'clock start time. So I don't know if the teams just agreed to move that game back later to try to avoid the weather or if there's some other factor involved. But UTEP and Middle Tennessee scheduled to play now at 9 o'clock. The Flames, the 5-0 win, but then also in New Mexico State, they're leading Kennesaw State 4-1. Jacksonville State and Western Kentucky are tied scoreless, just underway. Oh, no, you know what? That's not correct either. Well, I tell you what, let's see. It looks like it's actually in the second inning now, no score, Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State. Middle Tennessee and UTEP, we have no score from that, but the most recent indication is that game might not actually be starting until 9 o'clock, which would be 8 o'clock local, which is not as bad as it sounds, but still odd that maybe it was just a weather-related decision. But there's some big games going on as far as around the conference, and games that FIU are, I'm sure, taking a close look at, but their path to getting into the Conference USA tournament is really going to be tough now. With 13 losses, they're 11-13-1. Sam Houston and New Mexico State both came in at 12-12 on the year. New Mexico State's looking pretty good. They're up 6-1 over Kennesaw State. So I don't know that it would be an absolute guarantee at this point, but if New Mexico State got that 13th win, they would be in pretty good stead. Sam Houston, which is not listed, their score is not listed on the board at all. So I'm not sure if we're just having some scoreboard issues or if they moved their games to Saturday already. And that might very well be the case. Well, now this is strange because I think we're having some scoreboard issues because I jumped ahead to Saturday, May 3rd, just to see if maybe they had scheduled a doubleheader for tomorrow. And it does actually show a doubleheader, but it also shows that the first game of the May 3rd doubleheader is already underway, and it's in the top of the first inning. So I don't know if that game is actually just showing up on the wrong page as far as showed up on Saturday instead of Friday, and they are playing right now and just underway, or if both games are going to be played tomorrow, and for some reason it just says top of the first inning incorrectly right now. So I'm not sure. I've not been a whole lot of help as far as the out-of-town scoreboard is concerned in this game. A little bit confusing. Our normal go-to source for Division I softball scores, d1softball.com, seems to be just at least a little bit glitchy at the moment. But you can certainly probably check out the Conference USA website at the end of the evening once all these games become final, and you'll be able to get a better idea of exactly where we stand, and we'll tell you where we're at coming into tomorrow's game as well, which, as you heard Coach Dot Richardson say, is now scheduled for an 11 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. Still on for Sunday at this point, but there could be a scenario where the teams decide to play a doubleheader tomorrow to try to beat the weather that's coming in to the area. There's a lot of rain right now around the Knoxville, Tennessee, and kind of a swash up into Huntington, West Virginia, all the way down to Birmingham, Alabama. There is a lot of rain that's coming across. That's going to come through our area at some point, and then it's going to be scattered after that. It seems like maybe that rain is going to come through overnight for us, and then it becomes more hit and miss rain for the rest of the weekend. It may be a little bit of a find a window and play as much as you can tomorrow, but hopefully not. Hopefully the Flames and FIU will be able to get the entire game in with no issues and then see a forecast that is favorable to just wait until Sunday to play the final game of the 3-game series that the Flames have gotten victory number 1 today in 5-0. I want to thank some sponsors. Freedom First Credit Union, they sponsor our play of the game, and you could pick a few, but let's say those 2 home runs, the 2 solo homers that got the scoring going between Savannah Jesse and Brooke Roberts, gave the Flames a 2-0 lead at that point, and they never looked back, finishing off the 5-0 victory. I want to thank Earthright Mid-Atlantic for sponsoring our conversation with Coach Dot Richardson Pinto. Century Exteriors brings us our starting lineups. Alcova Mortgage, our keys to the game. First pitch brought to you by Relevant Law. Frank Good Builders, the out-of-town scoreboard that we were just telling you about. Carter Bank and Trust, the in-game box score. Carl Miller Realty with our stretch. Good Feet's stolen base sponsorship. We expect a lot of those in this series, although not as many as expected to begin, because we saw Savannah Jesse throw a runner out, and then one other, what we thought was a stolen base, was actually called back because the runner left too soon, and she was out. So we didn't see nearly as many stolen bases as we expected in this game so far. All of our bullpen calls in the game, which there was only one, brought to you by Haley's Appliance and Outdoor, our Thompson Brooks Insurance player of the game. And now these final stats that I'm about to tell you are sponsored by Larry's Tire and Auto. The Flames, again, with the 5-0 victory. Paige Bachman gets the win. 7 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Kennedy Bird took the loss. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks, and no strikeouts for Bird. Megan Kruger came in relief and pitched 2 innings of scoreless ball, gave up a couple of hits and had a strikeout. Offensively for Liberty, You take a look at the top of the lineup, and they didn't get a lot of good pitches to hit, really. Rachel Roop had a sac fly for an RBI. But Bryn McManus, and I say the top of the line, I'm talking about the 1 and the 2 spot. You get down to the 3 spot, and Bryn McManus, she had a 2 RBI double. Brooke Roberts had the solo homer. Rachel Crane had a double that led to a run scoring when Lily Hydorn came in to pitch run for her. Savannah Jesse also with a solo homer in the game. Leads to the 5 runs that the Flames have, and kudos as well to Jemiah Byram. She had to step in at short for the injured Savannah Watley. And Byron played extremely well in this game, had 5 assists, no errors, and really fielded well down at short. With the victory, the Flames now run their record on the season to 42-11, 21-3 in Conference USA, and with the loss, FIU is 29-20-1, and that one was a tie last week when their game against Western Kentucky was called because of curfew. FIU is now 11-13-1 in Conference USA and really needs to win these next 2 games to have any chance of making it into the field of 6 in Bowling Green for the Conference USA tournament, which will start on Wednesday. Well, that's all for us here in the booth. Thanks for tuning in, whether it was on the Liberty app, on the Liberty Flames website, maybe you were on YouTube, or maybe you were on Facebook. We certainly appreciate everyone who tuned in. Matter of fact, let's say a couple of quick hellos before we finish off the broadcast. Aubrey, he was tuning in and said everybody should be at the stadium. and I agree with you. As anybody that's within driving distance should be at the stadium. Unfortunately, some people aren't quite within driving distance. Joe's in Connecticut. Sherry's in Higgins, Pennsylvania. Brenda's down in Shreveport, Louisiana, loyal listener. Debbie is out in Cali. Bruce is in Windsor Hills. Keith in Charlotte says hello. Jamie is watching from South Georgia. Courtney's in Roanoke. And Julie is KK Madry's aunt, and she is in Dallas, Texas, saying hello. Lennon is in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. And Christina says hello, and Go Bryn is Bryn certainly had a good double for a couple of RBIs in this game. Played outstanding. That's going to be it. We will be back with you tomorrow morning, again scheduled for an 11 o'clock start time. Keep your eyes on libertyflames.com. If there's any changes between now and then, that's where you'll find out. And then if everything goes according to plan, the Flames will play again on Sunday, scheduled for noon. But again, this is all tentative with the way the weather flows through the area, and we'll know more when we wake up tomorrow. This is Jamie Hall saying so long, God bless, have a great night. The Flames win 5-0 in Game 1 against FIU.
Thanks for listening to live coverage of Liberty University softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This broadcast of Liberty softball has been brought to you by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. By Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and heart. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. By Carter Bank, life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. By 11 West. First Bank and Trust, the bank that puts you first. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Frank Good Builders. Freedom First Credit Union, where people bank for good. Gentry Lock Attorneys. The Good Feet Store. By Haley's Appliance and Outdoor. Liberty Softball has also been brought to you by Ironclad Coffee Roasters, the finest hand-picked specialty coffees from around the world. Serving you at Candler Station in Lynchburg. Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. Expect the best service, prices, and care. By Carl Miller Realty. Caring, competent, trusted advisors. The Liberty Bookstore, the official online store of Liberty Athletics. Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Peary Family Dentistry. Century Exteriors, providing roofing, gutters, windows, and home remodeling. Visit them at centuryexteriors.com. By Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. And by Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. The general manager of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner is Justin Metzger. Network director, Alan York. Coordinating producers, Kyle Sykes and Nick Pierce. I'm staff announcer Jeff Lawrence with a special thanks to Liberty University Athletics Director Ian McCaw, Senior Associate Athletics Director Robert Goodman, and Assistant Strategic Communications Director Joe Carmody. Liberty Flames Softball is an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.